What is up, guys, and welcome back to the fifth quarter. Week 2 is over. Week 3 is here. We're going to dive into what happened in a couple of Sunday's games, and then afterwards we'll be back with our Hero or Zero, Fantasy Discount Player of the Week, give off our best team of the week, and then end it with our predictions. Stay tuned. We'll be back in a moment.
We here.
I told you about that. What I told you. What I told you.
We here. All right. Yeah, all right.
All right, guys, here we are. Week 2 was, how would you guys put it?
Football. It was a good week of football. There were some good games. I know that. There's some bad picks.
Yeah.
I know that.
Well, I will say a little spoiler for later on the show. We were all up from week 1 with our predictions.
We did better.
Yeah,
we did
special.
Yes.
No surprise from us from our last week.
We're trying to claw our way back to 500.
We'll get to that later on, ladies and gentlemen. But no, yeah, just overall, just good football, eventful football, nonetheless.
Not as many upsets as week 1.
Yeah, no.
No, not at all.
I mean, I will say though, let's kind of segue with that into the Sunday night game, Chiefs versus Ravens. I personally think it was kind of very odd how the game ended. Because after how it started, I personally thought that Lamar was just going to get Thrax the whole game. And Chiefs were just going to do Chiefs.
I thought it was going to be a good old-fashioned Chiefs beatdown. And it's not how it turned out at all. My hot take, we were just discussing this a little bit ago. Andy Reid. Mr. Joel disagrees with me. I, however, think Andy Reid gets outcoached in a couple, any big game he's in. Back in the New England Dynasty days, AFC Championship games. Was it like 2 or 3 years in a row?
Yeah, well,
The
no.
first 2 minutes, he brings up New England. Every week.
Hey, I'm just saying. Then, Super Bowl last year. Can't really, beat up offensive line, but how many points they put up?
9.
9? Yeah.
The reason why I disagree is because we went up against Jim Harbaugh. Or no, John Harbaugh.
John Harbaugh.
Yeah, that's the other.
If he did go up against Jim, that would be a win, though.
Yes, well, get that man fired.
Goes up against John Harbaugh in a 1-point game, 36-35. Great game. You weren't outcoached. That was 2 good coaches duking it out on the gridiron. And there's the result, 1-point game.
I've just never seen...
One more point to that game. Lamar Jackson had to run 107 yards to win by 1. Your quarterback shouldn't have to run over 100 yards to win games for you.
Well, you also have, 3 running backs are injured right now?
Well, yeah.
3 or 2?
And I will say, when you look at it from what Lamar did, it was in a comeback way. So, I mean, definitely, the running back does have to step up, but the huge factor is that they're just all basically dead in the knees with torn ACLs and everything like that.
Right.
But, I don't know. I think in terms of what Lamar did, it was good, but I don't think it's something that can last the Ravens through the season.
You can't have your quarterback running that much in every game. It's just the coaches, defenses are just gonna figure out. They've been saying it for a while. Lamar's gonna get figured out. Right now, I don't know if he's figured out, but
I think last season
if he keeps on doing this, well, yeah, but they never really go anywhere in the playoffs. They're
Sure. He did get a win last year.
Yeah,
He
well,
got his first
It's only a matter of time until they beat him.
Well, yeah,
And he got him.
They're not an AFC championship contender team.
Oh, no.
They're I'll get past the wild card, and that's it.
I definitely agree with that. No, I definitely agree, though. I don't think that Lamar Jackson running around the whole year will get them far at all. I mean, it could potentially injure him. I mean, as shifty, elusive, and fast that Lamar is, he's very skinny. Yeah. And, I mean, we've seen it with, I always bring it up. His jersey is literally right over there. Robert Griffin III. He wasn't, he definitely had muscle. He was a little bit skinny there.
Right.
Yeah, and it just obviously didn't really end that well.
Injury prone.
And alleged dust all over the place. He is trying to make a comeback.
He's not going to, but
he's been working out.
it doesn't matter. He's not what he's not what he used to be. Anyways,
it has been a long time. But let's talk about the Chiefs though real quick. Towards the end, and obviously it ended on a Clyde's Edwards-Helaire fumble. Do you think that the Chiefs are going to be weird. I got a vibe from them that this season might not end how we all think with them. Like, I'm talking maybe getting bounced out in the divisional round, potentially.
I don't see that happening.
I don't see it happening either, but I think they're not going to have as good a seasons as seasons past, because after a while, teams are going to catch on. They're going to get you. Your team's going to get older as years go by. You're going to lose players. You're going to gain other players, get younger players. You know, are they going to be a dynasty? No, everybody. You know, we see what happened last year. But with that, you know,
dynasty.
I think they could
be a dynasty.
It's only been 2 years, though.
I think they could be a dynasty. I think they're going to be that 13-4 team.
well, what they have to do, they got to win a few in a span of, win 3 out of 5, 3 out of 6, 3 out of 7.
I could see them winning 3 out of 5, though.
That could happen.
I could see it.
But pretty much stay tuned. I think this would be a little bit different year for them, though.
No, yeah. And, I mean, obviously you can't really... They played well overall. I mean, the defense was phenomenal, especially in the beginning. A lot of people thought that it was going to be that pick 6 by Tyrann Mathieu that would kind of decide the game. But, of course, the Ravens showed off strong there. But, ladies and gentlemen, and I want to start off with... I want to ask Guru this, because you have been a big stickler on this guy and this team. Are the Raiders real? Is Chucky doing it?
I got it right here in my notes. Could Chucky be putting it together?
In year 4. 6 more.
They got
6
2.
more.
They open up 2 good wins. Henry Ruggs had a hell of a game, and Derek Carr, he's put together 2 good games back to back.
Derek Carr. He's looking like keeps it up. It might be a MVP contender season for him. I like what they did against the Steelers. I think the problem they had in that first week was just like in the first half Derek Carr was only focusing on Darren Waller, and now like you said, Henry Ruggs getting all those touches. I think that's what they need to do in the offense, spread that ball around, and that's what they did, and they beat a good Steelers team.
And I feel like what else is interesting about it is that they beat such a solid Pittsburgh team without Josh Jacobs too.
Yes.
Without Josh Jacobs in Pittsburgh, no less.
Yes.
Yeah.
They beat him at home. And hopefully, I mean, Ruggs, highly recruited, good wide receiver in college, and maybe he's starting to show his true colors right now.
Mm-hmm. Now, John and I, we both had, going back to our predictions before the season began, we had the Raiders in the playoffs.
We did.
Do you guys see them potentially being AFC West champs going into the playoffs? Is there hope?
I think there's hope. A little too early. Still too early to
True.
say. But they're looking dangerous right now. They're definitely looking dangerous.
They're looking good. It's a long season, but so far I like what I'm seeing.
Yeah. Also, we are now going to transition into the Seattle Seahawks versus Tennessee Titans game. This was one that we want to talk about, and I feel like, in my opinion, it's interesting because you see the Titans kind of get their ass kicked week 1 against the Cardinals, and then they go up against a pretty solid Seattle team.
Seattle.
Yeah, in
12th
Seattle
man,
too.
12th man territory.
Wasn't that the first game ever since COVID with the 12th man? I'm pretty sure.
I think so. I think it's a great bounce back win for the Titans.
Oh, 100%.
After that just disgusting loss, the Cardinals.
Well, like we always said, if you want to make the playoffs, you got to win on the road.
Yeah.
And this was a good
Great,
going into Seattle.
This
was a great road win for him. And Derrick Henry, he did Derrick Henry things.
Yes,
3 touchdowns, 182 yards. The guy's a beast.
Yeah.
But the other standout right here is Julio Jones.
Yeah, got
game.
some touches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So look out for the Titans.
Now, to transition over to the Seahawks, because as much of a side fan as I've been for them ever since their dynasties began, because not really dynasty, they only won once, but I want to see them do big things during those times. Is it coming sooner when they're going to start fading away?
I think they are already. Their defense is definitely not what they used to be. Giving up, how many points did they give up against the Titans this week?
33, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's not old. That's not the Legion of Boom. They're just not what they used to be when they had Richard Sherman, Browner, Thomas. I really like Bobby Wagner, but Jamal Adams is just not what those secondary.
And they paid him.
Yeah, they did. Russell Wilson took a pay cut this year for 2 defensive players, Jamal Adams included, and that defense they're just not what they used to be.
So, is it safe to say that the defense is kind of the kryptonite for that team? Because that offense, I mean, Tyler Lockett, Metcalf.
Yeah, the offense. I don't think there's a problem with the offense. Actually, the problem is the defense. But ever since they handed your Patriots that Super Bowl, they have fell off. They lost some players, and teams do that. You know, you have good years, you have good players, and then the contract years come up, and that's when they go to other teams, and teams do that.
I wouldn't consider it falling off though, because they've been in the playoffs every year since.
Not. It wasn't like off a cliff.
Yeah, but
it's been a steady decline a little bit.
They used to be that NFC Super Bowl contender.
They're still a decent. They're still a good defense, but they're not as good as back when we were extended for Super Bowls and stuff.
Do you think before they implode, because I think that day will soon come, do you think we get one more like good Seahawks run?
What's an implosion? Not making the playoffs?
Well, no, not making. I mean,
for a few years.
I'm talking maybe not making the playoffs, losing a couple big names. Like hypothetically, let's say Lockett leaves or something. I mean, I don't know what their contracts are, but
that could make a difference.
Yeah,
because they could be coming into those years.
Yeah, and I mean, and I don't know. I even heard it last season. A lot of Pete Carroll leaving talks, and I mean, the USC job's open if you want to make another return.
No, I ain't
gonna do that.
I don't know why he'd leave or get fired. He has a winning season every year. Like you can't fire a coach from making the playoffs.
Right, and see, they're one of those teams that you can never count out. You always got to watch out for Seattle. Right. Are they beatable? Yes, anybody's beatable on a given day. But consistency-wise, whether it's a wild card, they're always there.
Yeah. Right. And he's also in one of the most toughest NFC divisions. You got to think about that too.
That is true.
Right. Plus, I heard that they just bought a whole new truckload of bubble gum for Pete Carroll, so he's going to be there for a while.
He's going to turn into sand right after.
He's going to be there for a while.
So that was our Week 2 recap. We're excited for Week 3, of course. But let's talk about some of the heroes and zeros of
the hot
Week
nuts.
2. I have been waiting for this one, especially for my zero. I started with the guy on my left last time, so I'm going to switch that over to the guy on my right. John, state your hero first.
Hero, come on now, the GOAT, Tom Brady. He made a play against
the meat.
Played against the Falcons, but these stats, yards, 276 yards average, 5
Who
touchdowns.
Did they play against?
The Falcons.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, that's right. Okay, 5 touchdowns, still not enough to hold up the rings he has. Let's go. A 67 completion percentage and 129 passer rating. Disgusting for a almost 50-year-old man. What? How old is he?
43.
Yeah, come on. 43. He's not 43.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I'll look it up right now.
Yeah, isn't Atlanta like going against Lance Cruz North High School?
Oh, yeah. Isn't Tom Brady also like?
Oh no, wait, Brady would have
44. Yeah, Tom Brady's 44.
Yeah, Tom Brady's 10 years away from having hip replacement and still putting up stats like that. That's impressive. That's impressive.
It is. It is.
I don't care
it's
who
Tom
it
Brady.
is. It's an NFL defense, and he's 44 years old, and he's throwing 5 touchdowns with 129 passer rating.
Well, what if he went 15 for 40 for 189 yards and 1 touchdown and 2 picks? Now, what are you saying?
But he didn't.
He's not the hero.
But he didn't.
He's not the hero then. Okay. But with these stats, he's the hero.
I would agree with that one.
He's Tom Brady.
Yeah,
that's expected. Something like that's expected,
Gronk
especially
also
against Atlanta.
Some good touches.
Kudos to Gronk.
Yeah.
4 TDs in 2 games.
He's going to save our fantasy team.
I think Gronk's going to do that.
86 touchdowns together.
Oh yeah.
Still not close to the Peyton Manning and Marvin Harris.
What's that at?
That's at like one. I think they're 113. 112, 113.
I mean, if they keep going in a top, because I heard that Tom Brady wants to play until he's 45, so that's 2 more years.
He said he could see himself playing until 50.
He did say that. So it's like, and Gronk, I feel like Gronk retired just because like Tom probably told him, hey, this might be my last hoorah.
Well, yeah,
and he was like, all right, fuck this. Like, I got my shit. I'm done.
Gronk retired. Gronk was pretty beat up.
Yeah, CTE.
Had the time off, went out and partied,
Yeah.
Spanking butts in bikinis, doing Gronk things. But now he's back with Bruce Arians. When he first came back, they were using him as a blocking TD.
Yeah, this season, like...
Gronk was never a blocking TD
it's funny.
in New England. So now you're seeing the old Gronk come back, and they're using him that way. 4 TDs in 2 games.
That's nice.
That's Gronk.
And then to my zero of the week. Okay. So my zero of the week, Greg Joseph. Come on, man. I'm gonna steal ESPN. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
You have a game-winning thing right in the pocket, right in your foot. Doink. Right off the bar, man. Right off to beat the Cardinals, to beat Kyle can't stay in the pocket Murray. and you just choke. You choke it. Where's the ninja tweet? Why is it so hard for kickers? All kickers have to do is kick the ball.
Hey, come up big in the big games.
No, yeah, it was definitely that moment was anticlimactic as hell. It definitely is a 0 game, especially for the type of game that the Vikings did have, because not every week are you getting, what was it, 33 that they had, the Vikings had? Yeah, and I mean...
I think it was 30, because it was like, what was it, 31 to 30, I think?
Yeah, something like that. But no, yeah, I would agree with that 0 right there. So I'm going to transition over to me now with my hero and 0. I'm starting off with my hero being Jaylen Ramsey. Listen here. As much as I get the Rams,
Rams talk.
The Rams talk in. Listen here. Let me explain.
Get off the meat!
Let me explain.
Go ahead.
Why Jaylen Ramsey is my hero is, obviously, ever since he's been in the league, you can debate he's been a top 5 defensive player, top 5 cornerback. Obviously, Rams, we traded a bunch for him, but I wasn't a fan during that time, so I won't say we for that. My apologies. He got the bag. And with how bad of a performance the Rams were putting up, Carson Wentz sprains both of his ankles. I don't know how the hell that happens.
Because you got 2 of them.
Well, no, but wouldn't you stop after you sprain the first?
Hell no, he's going to keep going. He's Carson Wentz, man.
Yeah, that says a lot there. And he does have a ring. But no. So...
Does he? Come on now.
So, overall, terrible performance by the Rams. Colts, it's neck and neck. Jacob Eason comes in, second play, Jaylen Ramsey, interception at the end to ice it.
Who came in?
Jacob Eason.
Who?
Well, yeah, don't get me wrong. It was a shitty-ass pass. But
no, the LCN quarterback. I forgot about that,
When you get the bag, though, that's exactly what's expected of you. All right, and heading into a big game this week, Rams versus Buccaneers, potential NFC championship game?
Possibly.
That's what you do. You set the tone. You get ready to go up against the GOAT, who knows, maybe that 276-yard, 5-touchdown performance might not be happening this week against a Rams defense. But no, so going off to my 0 now. I hate to do it. I love this guy. Big Dick Joe Burrow. I mean, 19 for 30, 207 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. And with those 3 interceptions,
that was costly.
All in the fourth quarter, and it all started when they were down 17-3. They lost the game 17-20, so they made a little bit of a comeback. But just imagine if one of those drives went different.
Yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that on the road.
Yeah, you can't throw 3 picks either.
Yeah, no.
Especially against a Bears team right now who are vulnerable.
Very vulnerable.
And you can't be doing that.
And I mean, I don't know. I love you, Joe Burrow. I think obviously you're still going to do big things, but that's a game where, you get the button for me.
Tom Brady, you would never see me putting you as a 0, so you don't got to worry about that.
Ready?
Yeah. With that, I guess we'll see, though.
I'm going to start.
Here, wait, time out. What if you were to get another Saints performance from last year?
Don't care. Find another guy.
Fair. Give him that. All right.
I'm going to start out with my not. And if you're tuning in on Monday night, you saw the Lions. They make me drink.
Lions talk.
They played. I'll give the only kudos I'm going to give the Lions is you played a good. You hung out in the first half. You played a good first half, but the Lions can't play 4 quarters. They never have. Jared Goff, the botch snap, and then you drop back to pass. I know it's raining. You got to make sure you hang out of that ball. You let the ball slip out of your hand. The defense is horrible. There's no secondary. I know they're a young squad. They're gutting this team, and I get it. But after that performance in the first half, and then the defense just fell off, I don't know if they were exposed by Aaron Rodgers, because he was throwing dimes.
Yeah, I mean, it's fucking Aaron
Aaron
Rodgers. It's Aaron
Aaron
Rodgers.
Jones had a game of his career. But Lions, you're getting plowed by the Ravens at home Sunday. The Panthers.
Oh, yes.
Carolina Panthers. They took care of the Saints 26-7.
Jameis.
And
Darnold.
Sam Darnold was 26 of 38, 305 yards, had 2 touchdowns, had the 1 pick. But as a team, he threw to 7 different receivers. He spread the ball out great. Mm-hmm. Everybody got a piece of the pie. That was a great performance by the Panthers. And then they're going to go and take on the Texans. I think they're going to do it again.
Is Sam Darnold, is he going to be above average? Because he was on the Jets. You can't be good on the Jets.
That's what I was about to say.
And now he's on a good team,
Yes.
almost like Matt Stafford's situation. Now you're at the Rams. Let's see what you can do.
Okay, well, let's stop. Matt Stafford was playing up good
Listen, that's a different...
I'm not comparing them. I'm comparing the point where you went from a shit team to a decent team.
But in Sam Darnold's case, there, like, he just did not put up good stat. I mean, granted, he was injured a good chunk of it, but
right, and he was seeing ghosts and stuff. Remember?
Oh,
yeah,
he was.
but with Matthew Stafford has consistently been good in his career. He's just been on the Lions.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not comparing the two quarterbacks. Matthew Stafford's a way better quarterback than Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
However, sometimes when you go from a shit team to a decent team, that team makes you a little bit better.
Well, yeah.
You got better players, and maybe we can see what you can do.
I've always said that he needed a change of scenery, and he got it. And look at it.
You know, you're
He
seeing what
wasn't bad. He was good
Stafford's
at USC.
doing.
He was not. He was good
Oh,
at
he was.
USC.
I will say though, Zach Wilson, if he gets a change of scenery, still won't be good because you get the weekly 0.
Yep.
Last week was the Packers. This week it's you, Zach Wilson.
He was seeing ghosts. He didn't say it. He didn't admit it in the interview. He was seeing ghosts.
And the other thing is the Panthers' defense to hold them to the Saints to 7 points. That's pretty impressive.
No, yeah. But no, Zach Wilson though. Ever since you got drafted, I said you're going to be a bust. I don't like labeling guys bust early on, but you're a bust. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Just pathetic. Pathetic. How many? Wasn't it 3 in the first half?
Three in the first half, yeah, and then 1 in the second half.
I mean, the Jets in general, you'll get
yeah.
the weekly 0 too.
Oh, yeah.
Jets. I mean, that's gonna be every week.
I wonder. I don't know. I wonder how like Jets fans' mental healths are come time fall.
It's New York.
Now they got to go into Denver. Take on a hot
Yeah.
Bronco team
Yeah,
right
hot
now.
Broncos. Yeah.
Shout out Teddy Bridgewater, you're the GOAT. So we'll be back. Another PSA coming to you soon. So yeah, stay tuned. We'll be back in a moment. Guys, Corbin Simons here speaking. Did you know that there are people out there that many do not like? For instance, Matt Patricia, Booger McFarland, Aaron Hernandez. You get where I'm going there. This football season, I guarantee you that you will be indulging in some of your city's finest wings ever. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, don't be the individual this season who's like, hey, toss in some wings. But guess what? You don't have the money for it. Don't be the individual who's left out because they can't mac on some good-ass wings. Be the individual who pulls up to the function with the wings. Set your friends in a bunch of confusion. Yo, what the fuck? He's got wings now? Yes, he does, ladies and gentlemen. And guess what? They were all on him. Don't be the dude who's begging. And most importantly, don't be the guy who says, hey, throw it on there. We don't have the money for it. That is an individual that people do not like. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. And here are our fantasy discount players of the week.
Let's go.
So let's start off with the guru there. Give us 2 guys who you got to look out for on the waiver wire.
Well, I got 3, but I'm just gonna go with the 2 that I know got picked up in my leagues. Wide receiver Rondell Moore. He 7'8", 114, put up 24 points last week, 10.8 the week before, and he got scooped up. And I was going for him on a waiver wire, and I can't remember who the hell. Who's Nikki's cousin Johnson on our fantasy league?
What?
Who's Johnson on our fantasy league?
Her brother.
Her brother.
Yeah.
Okay, her brother. Thanks a lot. I was going for him. I was third on the waiver wire. Hope you enjoy him. That's a good take, though. Good pick. My other one, Cordell Patterson, running back for the Falcons. He had 5 for 6 for 58 yards. He had a TD. He had a reception. He was 7 for 11 with another touchdown. So he had 2 total touchdowns rushing versus the Bucs. Watch out for this kid.
I like those 2 a lot. I've always liked Cordell Patterson.
Yeah, Cordell, he's great. He's a great player.
And he got scooped up too.
Put him in the Hall of Fame.
Behind Mike Davis, that's a good dual threat. He's kind of like, he reminds me kind of like with the receiving with Patrick Lindsey. You got Mike Davis doing all the he's the workhorse, the first and second downs, but those other ones you can get him out of the backfield, and he did have that touchdown for receiving. So he's a good receiving back. Look out.
John, who are your
All right,
fantasy discount
my
players?
2 fantasy discount players. Daniel Jones. Last game.
Danny Dimes.
No one has him in the league right now.
They don't.
Yeah. 249 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 including a rushing yard with 95 rushing yards. 95.
Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
I would trust him as
look
my
at-
running back.
He almost
He's
rushed for more yards than Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, rushed more yards than Saquon did this whole season. And then my other pick, not a player, Raiders defense. Not because what they did last week, because who they're going against this week. They're going against Miami this week.
Yeah.
Tua's obviously out.
Ribs.
Jacoby Brissett in. I see a
I
lot.
like
I
Joe.
see a lot of Jacoby. I'm a fan of Jacoby Brissett, but he's definitely a guy who's gonna throw some picks. I see a lot of turnovers.
Are
this
you
game.
saying always pick up the defenses that go against the Lions and Miami Dolphins this year?
Basically.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. But
Follow the schedule.
especially since Tua's out, I think Raiders are a great pickup for your defense.
It's funny you say it since because they're going up against Miami. I remember a couple years ago when they tanked to get Tua. I remember when, like, in fantasy, like, if you had the defense who was going to go up against Miami, like, you were golden.
Right.
I think, like, 4 weeks straight, it was, like, 20+.
Yeah, I was playing that one a couple years ago. But this is the Miami team that beat your Patriots the first week at home in Foxborough, 17-16.
Well, you see, Damian Harris.
Yeah, it is the same team.
Damian Harris,
The same team.
like
All
I
right.
said, handed
Let's
the ball.
move
To, okay,
Let's move on. Same
oh,
team.
Oh, hey.
I just had to get those in there every now and then.
Steam's
you know?
coming out. Where's the effects? Where's the steam? Man, I hate this.
Love it.
All right, this.
So my 2 fantasy discount players of the week. I have Tim Patrick, wide receiver of the Denver Broncos. Week 1, 4 receptions, 39 yards, 1 touchdown, 13.9 points. Week 2, 3 receptions, 37 yards, 1 touchdown, 12.7 points. Denver, they're rocking. They're 2-0. My boy Teddy Bridgewater, shout out Teddy. He's getting the job done. In a I'm pretty sure banged up wide receiver room, if I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure. Didn't Jerry Jeudy get out early?
Jerry Judy's
I think
out.
he's out,
yeah.
And that's why Tim. I was looking at him too. In fact, you know what? I
got
think I
him.
picked him up.
I got him in my league. If that's
I picked him up in another league this week.
Smart move.
Because with Jerry Jeudy out, I think this kid's going to do something. And this is a good one, even because you get some chemistry with Teddy Bridgewater. Even having him on your roster doesn't mean you have to throw him out there. Watch who they're playing. But this is a good, grab and stash for later down in the season.
Anthony Schwartz.
Before I get to my second one, Anthony Schwartz, if you're watching this, fuck you. All right, I vouch for you. Listen here. So, little story time. So obviously, if you watched last week's episode, my fantasy discount player heading into week 2 was Anthony Schwartz. I got him in one league. That league, I was going up against John, obviously, and we've had a history in fantasy. Those games to me are a little bit personal.
It's personal. It's a rivalry. Right?
We've had many little what the fucks go on in the past.
It's Duke, North Carolina.
Yeah.
It's Michigan. No, not Michigan. Michigan, Ohio State.
Dodgers versus Giants, just
it's
primetime matchups right there.
It's that Monday night game.
So
and
it literally came
prime
down to the
time.
Monday night game because of Anthony Schwartz. So before the game started at 1 o'clock, I was looking at my lineups, literally 12:55, and I had Darrell Henderson in, who got about 16 if I remember correctly.
He did.
I literally said, I was like, let me start Anthony Schwartz because I'm a man of integrity. I told the people to do it, and if anyone did out there, you're a crazy bastard, might I tell you. So I did it. Double zeros, double donuts, like I was at Dunkin's for crying out loud.
Goose eggs.
Darrell Henderson dropped, like I said, 16 or 17. Juju dropped about 17. Michael Pittman on my bench, 20. Yeah. I lost to John by 5.
Shouts out Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams.
Literally came down to then.
We're all in the same division too, so that's good when you lose.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Both of you guys
now I'm
lose.
0-2.
I got John this week.
But I just want to say that because Anthony Schwartz, you fuck.
Schmuck. You little schmuck.
I think you're still on my roster, but I'm going to drop you this week. Watch, I'm going to do that. He's going to drop fucking 30 next week. Watch
Schwartz is available. I'll laugh my ass off if
I hope he does.
That's usually when it happens.
So my second fantasy discount player of the week, Dawson Knox, tight end of the Buffalo Bills. Week 1, 4 receptions, 41 yards, 8.1 points. Week 2, 2 receptions, 17 yards, 1 touchdown, 9.7 points. Obviously, you're not getting the Kelsey Kittle effect there,
Tight
Darren
ends
Waller
right
effect.
now.
But that's what I'm saying. If you get him, you get almost 10 points a week.
That's it. If you can get double digits out of that tier of tight ends, you're doing good.
I don't
Yeah.
there's
Because you look at the fantasy points every year. You got the usual suspects up top, and then all of a sudden, boom! There's a big drop off, and everybody's right there.
Gesicki, you're still on my shit list. I mean, you're still not really getting any touches. There's really no tight ends right now, except for, like you said, the usual, Kelsey. I mean, Kittle's not even.
Right.
Kittle's.
Kittle's
it's been
fine.
it's been a weird year.
I mean, he's only 2 weeks in. He was injured last year, but tight ends right now are scary. I have no clue who I want on my team.
And I feel like even though the Bills blew out the Dolphins last week 35-0, the Bills I feel like are starting off slow, so Josh Allen gets more in a rhythm as the season goes. I saw him pass to Knox a lot last season, so who knows if that's the case. So go try to get those 6 guys, not Anthony Schwartz. If you have Anthony Schwartz right now, I feel bad for you. A little meeting will be taking place this upcoming Friday. So with that being said, we are now going to hop into who we thought. Time out here. How do we want to word this? Do we want to go? I was thinking this. I want to get your guys' approval on the show.
right on. Oh, during the episode.
Yeah.
Sorry, Byron, what do we got?
See what they're seeing here. Best team of the week, or are we going like best team like consistently? Because in my opinion, mine can go both ways. But how do you guys word
I
it?
was going to do team of the week.
I'd say best team of the week.
Okay.
The team that you thought put it all together and played a good game,
Who's the
and
rubber
you know
greasers?
against the opponent too.
Who's really in charge here?
Let's do it.
So with that being said, I'm going to start off with myself. My team of the week, back to back. I'm going with the Arizona Cardinals there, ladies and gentlemen.
Playing good football.
Yeah, they beat the Vikings 34-33. Obviously, Greg Joseph, he shanked that bitch. But when you look at the team right there, I mean, Kyler Murray, 400 yards, 3 touchdowns. Yeah, you got 2 interceptions, but in a win, doesn't really matter.
You know why he got those 2 interceptions? Because he stayed in the pocket. Kyle Murray cannot stay in the pocket. Oh, my. I can go on a 5-hour-long rant on Kyle Murray and how his stats right now, fluke. He's wait until the end of the season, and we'll have this conversation again.
Anywho, and I mean, last week we were talking about Christian Kirk and D-Hop being like the top guys.
Right.
Rondale Moore, 7 receptions, 114 yards, 1 tutty.
Kyle Murray's little
Come
toy.
on.
He's got a new toy. I'm
Yes.
telling you, watch out.
Listen here, in my opinion, why I have them as my best team of the week, back-to-back weeks, is obviously last week, dominant performance against the Titans. This week, beat the Cardinals on a fucked-up kick by Greg Joseph.
Shank.
To me, the Cardinals, I've never really seen them do that a lot. Kind of keep up, and they started off down. Like, I'm pretty sure...
They were down there.
yeah, it was like 21-7, I'm pretty sure. So to kind of come back and stuff like that, I
They
don't
had
know.
to come back to win, and that's always a good thing.
But that defense scares me now, though. You can't let that Minnesota offense put up that many points.
I mean, but like I said earlier off air, the Minnesota to me is a team where if Kirk Cousins drops like 387 yards with 4 touchdowns, I'm not shocked.
How many rushing yards did Devin Cook had? He had over 100, right?
Yeah, he had 131,
Yes.
0 touchdowns.
And-
Kirk Cousins, 244 yards, 3 touchdowns.
And you just acquired who this offseason? J.J. Watt? Shouldn't he be,
Well, we all know how I feel about J.J. Watt.
J.J. Watt? Well, yes, he's over.
He plays 4 seasons a game.
4 games a season.
Four seasons, yeah.
But no, to me, hot take here coming in, I wouldn't doubt it if the Cardinals end the season as the second best team in the NFC West. I don't think they're winning it, but I think they...
Who's going to be the first?
Rams.
Rams are looking like it right now.
I just want to hear you say that.
Yeah.
All right.
But might I add too, a little coincidence, when we did our little predictions, we all you gave Niners, I gave Rams, you gave Seahawks to win the division.
No one did
picked
Arizona.
Cardinals. Is this their revenge tour on us?
I don't
could
see
be.
it. I don't see it. That's okay, though.
It could be.
Not
So
big
no,
fan.
yeah. So, Cardinals. John.
My team of the week, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Starting off 2-0. Here we go, man. Just because,
Who's their quarterback?
Tom Brady is
Oh,
the
I
quarterback.
forgot. Tom Brady,
the GOAT,
that's
the
right.
one with, needs another hand to put his rings on. Flexing it on you real quick. They look great right now. Their secondary's a little scary. Their defense, they're a little... Sean Murphy-Bunting, he's injured, broken elbow, R.I.P.
Shout out to the local guy.
Yep, shout out to the local guy. I think they take care of that secondary right now. They need to change that up, but they changed that secondary up. I think that team is another... They might take over
They could win
my
it
Packers
all.
prediction.
They
They might
could
be
win it
another
all
just...
They're going into L.A. this week, so this is going to be a good conversation this week.
This week is definitely their... Because Cowboys a good team right now. So that Cowboys win, I think, was a good win. You can't really... Their Atlanta win,
Right.
You have to do that. They destroyed them. But I think the Rams, this game this week, is their real test. I think we'll see. I think that defense, we really need to see that Tampa Bay defense. They're going to be tested this week, really.
Oh, yeah.
So
Definitely from a
Dak?
show standpoint, this is the game of the week.
Oh,
yeah,
100%.
100%.
Your Bucks
yes.
against your Rams.
My Bucks. My boy. Not
Yeah.
my Bucks. My boy, Tom Brady. He's going to show Matt Stafford how a real man wins.
All right. I'm sticking with the Raiders. Talked about Derek Carr earlier. Is Gruden getting it all together? I think so, but they got 2 quality wins to open up the season. This one in Pittsburgh,
That's a great.
no
win.
less.
Yeah.
26-17.
They're doing it.
Beat them up pretty good. That's by 9.
They're doing it.
All right, they're doing it. I think the Raiders are playing good ball. I like them.
They're looking like a really good. They're looking like AFC championship contenders right now, in my opinion.
Divisional.
Divisional? That's your opinion.
By week 8, maybe I'll have a firm grasp on if I can think they can make it there. Which I think they might. I mean, I don't know. They're a good team.
They get the look of the draw. They got Dolphins at home, so that should be a W.
They do. And with that being said about week 3 games, let's dive in to our week 3 predictions to wrap up the show here. Starting off with the Thursday night game. An ugly Thursday night, but could be good.
NFL, man. Can we get some good Thursday night games? What is this?
I got to change my look up. I'm going backwards with the Guru hat today.
Here we go.
Oh.
I got to.
All right, there we go. Backwards. To kind of wrap you guys in on how the standings are going. Week 2, Guru, 3rd place, bronze, 7-9, which is what I did week 1 and I won, just want to say. John, 8-8, pulled the Cowboys, 2nd place. Me, 10-6. So in the overall standings, I'm now 17-15, the only person above 500. John is 13-19, 4 games behind. And the Guru, you are sitting ugly with the 6 game behinder, 11-21. Ladies and gentlemen.
From my first week beating, the swelling has gone down a little bit. I'm feeling a little bit
you
better.
Just got prescribed
about 7-9.
Yeah.
Had some close. There's some close covers, but
yeah,
you know what they say about close.
Yeah.
Grenades and horseshoes.
So with that being said, let's get through these picks right here. Thursday night, Panthers at Texans. I'm taking Texans plus 7.5. They're just keeping it close, in my opinion, in all games.
Oh, here we go.
We're dangling the carrot. He's biting it. He wants them points.
This game's scary. Panthers are definitely, I think they're going to win, but I don't think they cover. I'm taking Texans plus 7.5. They've been keeping it close. We'll see if Sam Darnold. We'll see if Sam Darnold can go in to Texas and actually win. But I got Texans plus 7.5.
Guru?
Laying the points. Panthers are on a roll. They're hot.
Minus 7.5?
Minus 7.5. I'm laying them. Taking the Panthers.
Interesting. Speaking of minus 7.5, that's what I'm taking for the Cardinals as they go into Jacksonville. I just don't see it happening. Urban, the chest.
Hey,
the chest is going to
be
a little bit firm.
The heart just got...
Yeah.
Get out the defibrillator. You might need it.
So yeah, Cardinals minus 7.5 for me.
Cardinals minus 7.5. Jags, Trevor Lawrence, last week you faced your first
Let's welcome to the NFL.
Regular season loss. Then you just got your your first ever second back-to-back loss. Now you're about to get your first ever 3 game in a row loss. So let's keep it rolling.
Is he ever going to win in the NFL?
Yes.
Well, yes.
Which week?
Which week? Next year.
Guru.
John's throwing it out there. Grab that 0-16 bet on the Jags before the odds go down. Let's see. I got the Cardinals. I think this game would probably be a 10-point spread, the way the Cardinals have been playing, the way the Jags have been playing, but it is in Jacksonville. But I'll lay the 7.5 again. Give me the Cardinals.
All right. Moving on, we have Falcons heading into New Jersey. I was about to say New York for a minute because they're going against the Giants. I'm taking Falcons plus 3.5. It's going to be a weird game. Giants, they're not that great this season. Falcons neither, but yeah, Falcons plus 3.5.
Danny J said G. Daniel Jones. He's about to put up some points against this Falcons team.
Danny Dimes.
He's looking good, and I like the minus 3.5 at home. Yeah, Giants minus 2.5.
3.5.
3.5.
Who do you got?
I'm taking the Falcons. This game's a little bit scary because this is a game the Giants could surprise you and cover that spread or win and not cover. But this is plus 3.5 on the road. Again, this is a baby carrot. They're dangling that baby carrot in front of me. I'm biting it. I want it. Give me the 3.5.
All over it.
Moving on, a game that the Guru referenced to earlier, the Ravens heading into Detroit to go up against the 0-2 Lions. I have Ravens minus 9. I mean, it's the Lions.
Yeah, Lions, it's the Lions. Come on, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Ravens, though, still scare me just because they're so beat up. This game does scare me, but I'm taking Ravens minus 9 just because, they just beat the best team in the AFC. Best team, arguably in the NFL, but best team definitely in the AFC. And I think that's good for the confidence right now. That's what they need. And they're going against the Lions.
For a free win.
So, yeah, Ravens minus 9.
This is one of my 2 locks of the week. Ravens. I'm going to lay the 9 points.
2.
What's going to happen is you're going to go in Detroit. Detroit might put up a fight, I think, in the first half a little bit. But, you know, because they're not in Lambeau, it isn't raining. I'm just going to throw that in there because you're in a dome. However, by halftime, these fans are going to want to blow their heads off. Okay, so it's the same old Lions. Lay the 9. The Ravens are going to blow them out.
I wasn't expecting that right
No,
there.
there we go.
But we have Justin Fields starting for the Bears this upcoming week. It is finally happening,
Let's
ladies
go!
and gentlemen. He will be going up against a pretty beat up Baker. Don't really know what's going on there.
Yeah, is the shoulder okay, Baker? Hey.
With this Bears team, I don't like this 7.5 line. If I'm going Browns minus 7.5, I think against this defense, the Bears they can't do well. And the defense, it's weird as well.
I'm also taking Browns minus 7.5. I just, Justin Fields, I love you, man. I don't think you're gonna be able to. I don't see him putting up that many points.
It'll be a rough week 1.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a rough start for him. And Browns are just a solid team. You can't go in. Justin Fields just can't go into the Browns stadium and put up points. Browns minus 7.5.
This one's either going to be a blowout or a tight game, a low-scoring game. This one's kind of weird to me. I don't know why. It's always them Bears. You don't know what you're going to get with them. Justin Fields might come out and just have a career game right now, even though his career's so short. But anyhow, I'm going to take the Browns. I'll lay the 7.5. I don't like 7.5. I think that might be a little bit high for this game. But the Browns are at home. Let's do it. Baker Mayfield, make me a winner, please.
Moving on, we have the Bengals going into Heinz Field to go against the Steelers. After last week's performance, left a little bit of a stale taste in my mouth, but I don't know. Steelers as well are a weird team to me, but I'm going Steelers minus 4.5.
Yeah, this game can. I think this game can go either way. I think Joe Burrow could bounce back from last week, but I think Steelers defense way too good right now. They're looking good, except for that performance last week against Derek Carr. But Derek Carr's also having a great season right now. Mm-hmm. So Steelers minus 4.5 just because they're home.
Steel Curtain at home. They're going to bounce back. I'll lay the 4.5. Give me a Roethlisberger with a side of Heinz Ward sauce. They're going to win.
Oh, I like that.
They're going to win.
Did you come up with that?
Yeah.
Nice.
You like that?
Yeah.
They do serve them down there.
Have you ever had one?
I have not.
Interesting. We'll have to get one soon.
I'd like to. Maybe we'll just Google them and make them.
Moving on to the next game, Colts going into Tennessee. This is my moral lock of the week. Titans minus 5.
He likes that 5. He likes that split.
Oh,
He likes that 5-point spread.
I did have the Ravens marked as a lock too. So.
Oh yeah. Titans minus 5. Like John said, I do like that 5, but you're going up against Jacob Eason. I'm already calling it, ladies and gentlemen. This is my bold prediction for this week. We haven't done those, but I'm just going to start it, I guess, right here. Titans are going to have 2 pick sixes in this game.
Oh.
And that's kind of what's going to be...
Pick sixes. 9 interceptions, ladies and gentlemen. Pick sixes.
Yeah.
2 pick sixes.
That's bold.
Yeah.
That's bold.
It's against Jacob Eason. I mean, the interception to Ramsey, just that throw, I mean, I could have done that.
Can we coin this a pick 12?
What?
A pick 12.
I guess, yeah.
Pick
Pick
2 of
12.
them.
Yeah,
Pick
he gets
12?
2 of them. Pick 12.
Yeah.
So, yeah, my moral lock, Titans minus 5. Do that.
Hey, Carson Wentz, retire, buddy. Titans minus 5.
Titans minus 5. Enough said.
Moving on from that, we have Chargers going into Arrowhead. I'm taking Chargers plus 6.5.
Oh! Whoa!
Last year.
Oh!
I mean, last year. I mean,
Wait.
on this one, no.
Dangle
On this
it.
one.
He's taking it. He's taking it. He's going to bite it. He wants that carrot.
On this one, I love the plus 6.5. Last year,
Love it.
This game, Chargers Chiefs last year in SoFi was the game where fucking Tyrod got a damn leaky lung and Justin Herbert got the call last second, and look
Right.
what he did. I think they only lost by 3.
It was a close game.
I mean, Justin Herbert, he's been off to a kind of rocky start.
Yeah.
Who's my MVP prediction? But I think he's going to know, all right, we're going up against the Chiefs in Arrowhead. It's time to buckle down. It's happening. Chargers plus 6.5.
Yeah, no. Completely disagree. Chiefs minus 6.5. Chargers are very disappointing to me right now. They're literally. I think they're exact same as they were last year. You can't win. They're not winning those close games. And you're going in the Arrowhead. You're going against Patrick Mahomes. I kind of disappointed in you for telling me to get Justin Herbert. He's not as good as I thought he was, I'm going to be honest. He's not having a great year right now. It's only week 2, but come on, Justin Herbert.
He's
You
been
guys have
having a
him
good
started?
season.
You got him starting?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry about your luck.
I know.
Chargers will not go in and beat the Chiefs in Arrowhead. I'm laying 6.5.
Well, I didn't necessarily say they're going to beat them. I'm just taking the plus 6.5.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. It's still...
Okay. You think it's a close game?
The Chiefs
That-
are
that
winning.
could be
The
good.
Chiefs are winning that game.
That could be good. That's why they have
6.5,
point spreads.
though.
Yeah.
All
You're
right.
telling me...
But I think it's going to be more than 6.5.
I mean, I guess we
I
can't
think
really
they're going
talk
to beat the
'cause you have a
Chargers
better-
by 10 or more.
He's a better record than us right now, so we can't really talk.
Yeah.
Because Andy Reid's going to go just... Remember what happened last time at their house? Now we're at our house. Take care of business.
Well,
They
you
played
know,
like shit.
You almost got...
You know, Andy Reid can't be outcoached in this game because he's not really playing a team right now. But
They say, hang on to the football. He's gonna
All right, moving off the Justin Herbert slander. We love you, Justin Herbert.
We do.
We got
We do.
Saints
Shout out
going up
Justin.
against John's Patriots. I'm taking Saints plus 2.5. It's a weird line. Kamara, he's going to dominate that game.
yeah, Jameis, I guess your eyes aren't really fixed. Pat's minus 2.5.
Guru.
We knew that was coming. All right. I think the Saints are going to bounce back. I'm taking these points. You can dangle those 2.5 in front of me. I'm going to bite. And a shout out to my boys down at U.S. Steel. Norb says he loves the shirt so far, but he wants to see the cutoff hoodie. So I figured this would be a good time. Norm, I'm taking the 2.5 and the Saints, but if the Patriots beat them,
Cut off, baby.
the cutoff hoodie's coming out next week.
There we
If
go.
I lose this bet.
All right,
Shouts out
there
Bill
we go.
Belichick.
So there you go, Norbert.
All right, moving
That
on.
one's for you, bro.
All right, so we have Saints plus 2.5, Saints minus 2.5. I'm taking Washington going into Buffalo.
Pat's minus 2.5.
Oh, yeah, my bad. I'm taking Washington going into Buffalo. Eat the wings up Washington plus 9.5. I want that as well.
Yeah, you're really...
Oh my gosh. This is 2 in a row. Don't get the hook, man. I'll set it. Yeah, you
All right.
Tyler Heineke, man. What
I think Josh Allen just set the hook.
I hyped you up last week.
He had a phenomenal game. 34-46, 336 yards, 2 tutties.
Did they win?
Yes.
They did win. You didn't cover, though. That's all I was going to say. You didn't cover for me.
Oh, yeah.
And you're not going to cover this week either. My bad. I ripped on you for a second. Let me bring him back. Tyler Heineke, thank you for making me look good, but you didn't cover, so you made me look bad at the same time. So we a love-hate relationship. Bills minus 9.5.
Guru.
Yeah, they blew Miami out. This is a different team, though, Washington, but they're going back home. 9.5, I think it's a little, when I get close to them double-digit lines, I get scared. But you know what? I'm going to lay those 9.5. I think the Bills are going to blow on again.
Yeah, then they just went by 38.
Maybe not a blowout like Miami, but they're going to beat them by more than 9.5.
Speaking of Miami, Miami will be headed over to Vegas. Go hit up the casinos, but I'm taking Raiders minus 4.5. Chucky's back.
Q Miami by Will Smith, because that got Raiders minus 4.5, and that's my Morlock, baby. Welcome to Miami, Derek Carr, because he's putting up numbers this week, baby.
Yeah, I agree.
I got Raiders minus 4.5 too. I love how they're playing, and I also got that one marked as a lock too. So that and the Ravens so far, I like those 2 games.
Well, I don't like that. I don't like how he has Morlock with me. That's just bad news.
After Zach Wilson will try to not get 4 interceptions against the Broncos in the Mile High City, but with the altitude, who knows? Maybe that ball will carry a little bit into the secondary. I'm taking Broncos minus 11. I mean, it's happening. Teddy's back.
Yeah.
Denver's back. I mean, holy shit.
Teddy Bridgewater for MVP. Broncos minus 11.
I can get behind that. I can.
You know what? I haven't picked one because this was a tough pick because there's that double digits, that 11. But you know what? It's the fucking Jets, man.
It's the Jets.
Yeah.
It's the
New
Jets.
York.
The
It's
Gobble
Jets.
Wolf.
Go
The Gobble
Broncos.
Wolf.
Seahawks going into Minnesota. Maybe it's getting a little bit chilly. It's been a little bit cold out here in the Midwest.
Yeah.
But I'm taking Seahawks minus 1.5.
Yeah, bounce back week for the Seahawks. Russell Wilson's going to put up some points against the Vikings, just like Kyle Murray just did. Yeah, Seahawks minus 1.5.
I agree, and I don't know what's the over on this game. But
Oh, I don't
this
know.
would probably be this game's screaming over to me. I don't know what the number is, so I'm not telling you to bet it.
It does.
But give me the Seahawks minus 1.5.
After that, we have our game of the week, the 5th quarter certified game of the week. Buccaneers going into SoFi. Rams minus 1.5. It's happening, ladies and gentlemen. This will be the preview. I'm not saying whatever the outcome is will determine the rest of the year, but Whoever wins this will be off to a pretty good start. Rams -1.5.
Bold prediction, right here. Tom Brady exposes the Rams defense. Throws for 4 touchdowns.
They didn't last year. They lost to them on Monday Night Football last year.
Oh, but Tom Brady won a ring and the Rams didn't.
We had Jared
Tampa
Goff.
+1.5.
I got a bold prediction. I got Bucks. Whenever Tom Brady is getting points, I'm taking them. All right? You're giving Tom Brady 1.5. Take it all day long. But you know what? If the Rams cover that, me and John are not going to hear the end of it. Because this guy's mouth will not shut up about it.
There we go.
Give me the Bucks.
Out.
So our final 2 games, we have Sunday night, Green Bay going up against the 49ers. Packers +3.5. That's a fucking obvious one right there.
Would not say obvious. We don't know how Green Bay is doing right now.
It's obvious.
We don't-
+3.5 was cakewalk with this
It's
one.
cake.
Well,
49ers are a good team.
they
They
got blown
are.
out by the
At-
Saints and they blew the shit out of the fucking Lions.
You're
You don't
going
know what they're doing.
You're going into San Francisco.
However, they're the Packers.
Yeah.
Exactly. They're the
Packers
Packers.
are the Packers. 49ers are 49ers.
They just needed the easy lines to munch off to start off the year.
I have Packers +2.5 though. I think Aaron Rodgers got what he needed in that Lions game. He got his momentum back. He got that juju back. He's back, ladies and gentlemen. He's back.
And the Niners are at home. Packers got to travel all the way to the West Coast. I think that's why it's 3.5. But you know what? Taking that 3.5. Give it to me.
Final game Monday night. We have the NFC least going up against each other with the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys, they're good. Cowboys -4.
Cowboys -4.
I agree.
Cowboys
I don't think
-4.
this doesn't scream that tight game to me like these divisional games of the past because this division is so fucked up. But I like what the Cowboys are doing. It's -4. They're at home. I'm taking it.
So with that being said, well, first off, with that being said, what are your guys' final thoughts, final word heading into week 3? Any player, team you want to give a shout out to? We'll start with John.
Shout out the Ravens for proving me wrong.
Yeah, they proved me wrong too.
Shout them out. Yeah. Shout out Harbaugh. You know, better than your brother.
That is true.
Shout out to Chucky. I hope you're getting it together over there because I like what I'm seeing. And shout out to Aaron Jones and Robert Tanyan. You guys kicked ass on Monday night. I was down 60, and I only lost by 7.
Oh, only. Come on, you lost.
But I was
Come on.
exciting. It was exciting. And go whip some ass in the 49ers.
Anthony Schwartz, fuck you. I hope you don't sleep well tonight. I hope your significant other cheats on you. There,
Wow.
I don't give a shit.
Wow.
Whoa.
You-
Whoa, the gloves
I had-
are off.
I had a fucking win.
The gloves
gift
are off.
drafted to me, but I had to be a man of my word because that's what I'm gonna do for this show, for the brand, for the whole E.W.B.A, for the 5th quarter. And guess what? I got fucked.
You're going to drop him. He's going to just lay a bomb of points.
I'm gonna keep him on the team at the bottom of the bench. I just got Tim
right,
Patrick.
you're gonna
so
bench-
Tim Patrick will be coming in. Not yet. I tried to, but I didn't get the guy.
Last thing, Antonio Brown, have a healthy recovery from that COVID, man.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Antonio Brown, we need you back. We love you, and Tom does as well.
We don't love
We
you.
like AB.
We don't love you out of football. We don't support
Yeah.
the actions you do.
We don't know who that guy is.
Yes, that's.
We want to see you throw those penis gummies again into the stands. Let's go.
So that is the episode, ladies and gentlemen. Week 3 coming up soon. This is the 5th quarter. Peace.
See ya.